Okay, I want to discuss the source. And is this source the father, mother, the parent to these angels as well, like it is to us humans? But indirectly, you see what I'm saying? The source spawns something for the angels, and maybe they have their own connection to it. You see what I'm saying? Are we all related? Are we all really one? Hmm. Maybe we're just different images and expressions, you see? Colors, but we all spawn from the same source. I don't know. I'm not gonna say for, it feels like that could be the case, but at the same time, probably not. The angels probably got a different source than we. If we're some of us are fallen angels, then I'm guessing, you know, we probably come from the same source, whatever, you know. I think honestly, what I think is it's the same source, and it all probably comes from that source. I don't know for certain. Um, and I don't think it's a galactic source. I think it's an eternal realm source. You see, there's a universal light, and there's an eternal realm that holds a different or another light. You see what I'm saying? It's a possibility that the angels, father, mother, parent, this light or whatever you want to call it, is also the parent of humanity. You see, we just look different than them. We don't have wings like they do. You see, some of us probably were angels before we fell. I really don't know. It's hard to trust those at the top right now. You see, because there's so much fudgery going on that we don't even know who's who and what's what. Well, if you're looking down here, you know who's who and what's what. But those of us that can't see what's up on top, we can only learn what's on top by reading the books, you see. You can know what's around you, what's in the cosmos, in the eternal realms by reading the scriptures, studying them, you see. I think that, yeah, that the celestial parents, this source, I call it father, mother, androgynous, yet solid in gender, split, a whole lot of things rolled into one. Um, it's probably the source of humanity and the angels. You see, but maybe they don't see it that way because they're on the lower levels. You see, of unawareness. Um, Humanity maybe just uh came about at a later date as far as the models that you know to be down here in these lower realms, these bodies. Because the archons, remember, they made these bodies based on the human image that they seen above, right? The human of light, atom of light. And we don't even know if that was just a. Let me stop. Anyways, I don't want to give away too much, but okay. Some stuff I guess I should just keep to myself. I don't want to. I don't want to give anything. Well, I guess I'm guessing these entities are smart enough to know. I'm saying that's probably not even the image. You see, the thing was probably just playing games with these stupid archons, these stupid angels, making them think that that's we're in the image. Oh, it's a human. No, not really. It's probably up to something. You see what I'm saying? So, anyways, um, yeah, we might, we might have the same parents. We just look different. We're just different. I don't know. It depends where you rank humanity compared to angels. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't like some things about the angels that they could change into anything, like freaking bugs, animals. Oh no, that I don't fancy. I like that they could change appearance. disguises. That's pretty cool. But once you start changing yourself into stupid shit, you might as well change yourself into a toilet or a dumpster, a trash can. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, um, yeah, humans probably could do that too, but they're more. I feel like me as a human, if I had light ability to transform, I would set boundaries for myself. Like I wouldn't transform into this, that, and the other, and I wouldn't play with my appearance unless I have an agenda. I gotta hide stuff. You see. Other than that, I like to pretty much show my real image. You see. Uh, Maybe tweak it too. You see what I'm saying? You know what? Like when you go get a haircut, you do this, that to your body. So you might just tweak it, transform certain things that I don't like about myself. But for the most part, stay true to my image. You see, unlike some of the angels. So I don't know. I really don't know. It all depends, I guess. If I had the power to do this, that, the other, but chose to limit myself and limit my power for I don't know reasons that only I could understand unless I would have explained it to you. So these angels, I look at them like children. They always thinking, 007 this, I gotta change this, that, I gotta do this. Some of them are wicked, right? Some of them are wicked. They say they know what they're doing, just doing crazy shit. Is it? I don't know. I don't know. I really can't tell if they know what they're doing or not. You see, I would say yes and no. It depends. That depends what lane you're operating. You see, that's what you need to know right from wrong. Because if you're operating in an ignorant, blissful state of mind, in your mind you're innocent, but maybe you're like a kid just doing one too many mistakes, and next thing you know, you're like, what the hell? Like you don't understand what you're doing. You don't know shit about what you're doing unless you know good, or I'm not gonna say good for me, but I would say right from wrong, meaning certain things that you're doing are probably not correct. You see what I'm saying? Like, rumor is that they like to hurt and break stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, what kind of shit is that? Humans have emotions, you see. At the lower levels, that's why they got to get all that stuff that they get, because otherwise they're miserable, you see. They got to compensate for that, so. I'm not saying there's something wrong with the trinkets and all that. I'm just saying, you shouldn't get lost in those things. But anyways, yeah, celestial parent. I think the source is our parent, but not direct parent. You see what I'm saying? Like, take for example, this source probably had other beings spawn from it, or had a being spawn from it, and this being created other beings. The family tree, went all the way down. These other beings produced or seeded different children. You see? So this source is like your parent, illegitimate, right? You're an illegitimate bastard child to this thing. But it has power to destroy you or to allow you to live. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's your parent, because it's greater than you see? You have other beings that are greater than you and want to pretend to be the source, but they're not, you see? So even angels, I believe, could angels that feel that they're not, there's nothing like who made me. You do have a parent in the eternal realms. It's not your direct parent. Like, it's like I didn't spawn you maybe directly, but I'm overseeing you, so I guess you could consider me, like your stepdad, your stepmom, your step source. You see, your power. You see, so it's like, dad or mom, but higher. You see, higher than you. Like, I didn't actually give you birth, but I created a being, or allowed a being to come out of me, that then created other beings, and then these beings had children. They had different children, and that's how you came to be. But you don't know that I exist above all this. You see what I'm saying? That's what you got going on, I think. And I know some of these angels are struggling with this, especially the ones in the cosmos and here on Earth. I read in the Gnostic text, a lot of them are ignorant. They don't know. They think because they were allowed to exist, it's just allowed to be made, to be created. It's like I allowed you to come into existence. You see what I'm saying? Maybe there's boundaries. I can't. Maybe I shouldn't. I can't delete you because I didn't had a direct connection to you. But if you're doing evil, this, that, and the other, then yeah, I could intervene and interject in some way. If you're acting stupid and crazy, you see, I could handle you directly or indirectly. It depends on what the best option is, you see. So these angels got so much power, just because the source allows them to be. They think in their mind that we're all that is. You see, I read that. So, but you're not. You got I guess you're a bastard creature, a bastard being. But you do have a celestial mother, father above you, or a source. I say it's both male, female. It could be whatever it wants to be. It could be like you, or you really can't you can't really describe it, you see. And you can't say there are no limits because this thing does set limits too, you see. So it's like, yeah, it agrees with you, and then again it could disagree with you, you see. Like the yin and yang. No, I want to say yin and yang. I say when it needs to execute a sound and upright judgment, yeah, you might think of the source as evil and like unloving, but it's not that way. Unless you know right from wrong, you'll understand what I'm saying. But if you're like one of these baby loons, just ignorant, then you might look at it in a negative way. You see? It's an intelligent thing. You really don't know what it is. It's not stupid. It knows what it's doing. So, and it's got a lot of entities on its payroll. Okay, directly and indirectly. So, it's not gonna let anybody that's got bad intentions close to it. You see. So take, for example, somebody like me. When the time came, if the time comes for me to spiritually advance, it's not going to reveal itself to me or allow me to progress if you guys are around me with bad intentions, you see. You guys have a limit until you guys get cleaned up and start acting right. Then you might get that privilege, you see. That's what I'm doing it for, too. I'm not in it for just the money, the women, this. I'm in it because I'm just as curious to see what this great light is, all these lights, you see. I don't consider myself worthy to see them, but that's why I want to know, what do I need to do to get that privilege? What are the requirements, you see? I don't think it's that easy, or maybe it is. I don't know. I really don't know. Only time will tell. Right now I got my hands full with other stuff down here, so anyways, just food for thought, okay? So I'm out. Shalom.